Hi, everybody. This is Angel Arts, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play, or Let's Roleplay, rather, the Mass Effect Revolution. This is the Mass Effect Season 2 campaign. This is session number 18. We are nearing the very end, and a lot of reveals happened in the last session as we start to wrap up loose ends and move towards the end game. So, here is the warm-up question. Let us... A hypothetical situation. Let's say you guys engaged with the Shadow Broker, and let's pretend you actually were forced to fight and defeat the Shadow Broker. The Shadow Broker goes down, and then all of a sudden you have that scene from the Shadow Broker DLC where all of the Shadow Broker's contacts are like trying to contact the Shadow Broker, but no one's responding, and they're like, "Where's the Shadow Broker?" And you all four are right there waiting. What would you have done? Okay, go ahead, Mikhail. What would you have done in that situation?
Dia walks up, the lights illuminating a silhouette behind her to all who see. As she walks up, with her arms out, she goes onto the mic, activates that voice module thing. Eating.
So, would you? I guess to clarify, would you try to take over as the Shadow Broker, or are you trying to spoil the Shadow Broker's image? I guess I'm not, or sabotage the Shadow Broker's authority.
Dia wouldn't call it sabotaging; it's rebranding. Okay, Shadow Broker, Brokeback Mountain, Shadow Broke.
Okay. So Dia would try to take over as a Shadow Broker.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh, totally. Okay.
Totally. The Shadow Broker. Okay, guys.
How about the other three? How would you have handled that situation? Assuming Dia didn't go up and take it, what would the three of you have done?
I know Astra and I have joked about the fact that Vito and Gimmick would make a run for it at the same time. Yeah, what I mean is Vito would definitely... imagine you have all of this information just a click away. Like, at the tips of your finger, you have everything in the world that you can know. It's too much for Vito to just walk back. He has that information. He would become the new Shadow Broker. And I have a thought about that. If it would have happened, it would definitely have had repercussions with his family, because I'm imagining Vito becoming like more and more recluse and more obsessed by all of this information, and things with Solaric and his child would probably have been a little more tense. Though he probably wouldn't have been able to keep it a secret from Solaric, because he just can't lie. So he just can't lie to him. So just coming home like, hey, so something happened. Oh God, Vito, what? So yeah.
Okay. Well, since you mentioned Gimmick, is that true, Astra? Do you think Gimmick would have made a run for it?
Well, I picture Gimmick like looking at the group and inching towards the terminal to insert like the confirmation of the new Shadow Broker. But well, after what happened last session, I started to think like maybe if someone else wanted to be the Shadow Broker, Gimmick would let them be. And yeah, it doesn't mean because someone else is the Shadow Broker, that Gimmick wouldn't be able to access all that information and all those things that bring curiosity to Gimmick. Like maybe there are ways to get to the same point as the Shadow Broker and maybe do something good with the information instead of just selling it. Because the shadow broker deals with information, and it's like a broker of information. And I don't think like that role would like gimmick would like that role.
You could be the shadow broker's assistant. You could be Glyph. Know your place, gimmick. Know your place.
I thought they were pitching me that idea, and then you said know your place, and I was okay.
It's just getting kinky now.
How about you, Nathan?
Is Nathan the only one who would look at this and go, "I already know too much," and just walk away?
Oh yeah.
I think
Nathan would
Dia,
just be like, "Look, it's the Iron." Like if any, like I know you're wearing your Game of Thrones shirt right now, Mikhail. So he'd look at it like it's the Iron Throne. He'd be like, "Anyone who sits on the Iron Throne dies, so I'm not going to do it. Someone else can have the Iron Throne. I will take my own kingdoms, and I will enjoy
Well,
my life."
let's be honest here, Nathan. If you were to become the shadow broker, you would only last for a few days until you disappeared. So you would have,
Yeah.
So
Like Nathan's
let's be honest.
too, like, he's also too publicly known. I don't think he could manage being a Biotable star and being the shadow broker at the same time. I think he'd have to retire from one or the other. He'd have to, like, even if he was a shadow broker, he'd give it up eventually. He'd be like, "Look, someone else can have it." So,
but imagine that resume though.
That's true. So if Nathan preferred to just not do anything and somehow managed to convince the other three somehow to not do anything, one scenario could be that the shadow broker just doesn't respond, and then the shadow broker essentially is no more. Just doesn't become a thing. Unless somebody somehow ends up taking up the mantle later, obviously. But that would have been a perfectly valid outcome if that situation happened. So, now that we've gotten those responses out, Mikhail, Kiwi, and Astra, roll initiative, please.
Oh, okay.
Oh, fuck.
Why?
Oh no.
you're about to find out. You're about to find out.
So Mikhail got a 20, Astra got a 13, and Kiwi got a 12. So that means, in this hypothetical situation, Dia ends up being the shadow broker.
Oh, okay.
In this hypothetical situation, Dia would have become the shadow broker. Dia, how would this... just talk through, how would this scenario have played out hypothetically? Dia becomes the shadow broker. Vito and Astra and Nathan realize Dia is now the shadow broker.
So that entire scene where the build-up is, when Dia just like goes like this and says, to make sure, to ensure that she has total full control over her new eating enterprise, she will have. She would have. Let's see. Dominated the shit out of all three of you.
Whoa, okay.
If you would fail that, Nathan would kill you, right? Just to put it out there. If you would fail Nathan, Nathan would literally kill you in one round. You would be dead.
Well, it depends who runs forward too.
We will be
Are you sure that's a good idea to use that on Vito after you promised twice not to use him on Vito?
Well, let me finish. And after I succeed, you two, the two who run forward, will step kindly out of the airlock. And I shall begin my new crusade, broking the shadows of all the galaxy.
I think that would fail in more ways than one, because, hang on, let me roll Nathan's initiative. Oh, no. Just to prove that even if you do try to cast, he can't be caught off guard, so he'd make an initiative roll.
Please get a 1. Please get a 1. That'll be hilarious.
He can't get a 1 because he takes advantage.
Oh,
Well,
cool.
It's possible.
There's a 34. That's a 34 initiative.
Wow.
So yeah, you'd be dead. Rip Dia.
Wow.
Let me live my fantasy. I'm not killing
Well, you can live
anybody.
your fantasy. It's just gonna
Nathan's
be like-
Usain Bolt or something.
Yeah,
God damn.
Nathan is basically Usain Bolt. He out here.
So Okay, well, I think it's interesting to see what would have happened then last session. If you
Yeah,
had-
it would have been really interesting to actually have to kill one of my own, one of the players.
Yeah, good thing that we didn't have to kill
it's a good
everyone.
thing you didn't have to fight the Shadow Broker.
Yeah.
It's not like, you guys lied to the Shadow Broker and might have to confront it later. But
Later.
We'll deal with that bridge when we come to it, Hark, okay?
Yeah.
so, you guys had been waiting for the stasis machines to complete unstasising the Angarans, whatever that word is. And Nathan, you had just perused somehow through the file, and several of the capsules open, and steam comes out, and the Angara from inside the capsules begin to awaken. They seem a bit disoriented, as you can imagine. What do you guys do while they're waking up?
Oh, we are all in the same room, or
I'm assuming you
Okay.
are. I'm assuming. And just to remind the viewers, the people who are also with you are Pip and
Jules.
Yes.
Looks like
I
they're
think
thawing out.
well, hopefully they're not brain melted. Do we see what's happening with Nathan?
Probably.
It's
You
like,
probably see him like reading something, but he doesn't
Yeah.
seem. Yeah, he's reading something. You're not sure what though.
okay, so it's nothing weird. Well, first contact. Dia steps up forward gingerly.
No.
Hey, it's new young type bums, okay?
We have to make a good impression. They definitely did not have one. Maybe let me talk.
I'm likable, okay? I'm likable. I'm honest. I have charisma, uniqueness, nerve
Dia,
and talent.
you had Kasaj call himself a twink for an entire day.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious. And completely ignoring what you're saying, Dia just walks up to one of the tanks.
Vito's following because.
Okay.
So the tanks are open, right?
The tanks are open.
Okay. I'm gonna knock. I'm gonna like gingerly flick the forehead of one of the Angaran. Hi. Hello.
You will try to flick the forehead of one of the Angaran, and right after you do it, that Angaran's left arm very swiftly grabs onto the arm that you were flicking him with quite a bit of force, might I say. You can certainly resist if you like.
I don't think Dia will. She's probably just gonna go with the flow. Ooh, you're awake. Hi. Good morning. I'm Dia. What's your name?
Where are we?
You're trapped in some part of this of space, and there's probably no way for you to escape. Not by our design, of course. It's just kind of fuck yourselves, really.
You can probably see, like the Angara can definitely see Vito's face changing as Dia's talking. Just.
So, I do have to ask because this will help in our relationship from now on. Do you know Kasaj?
As soon as you say Kasaj's name, that particular Angaran, their expression changes and says, "How do you know that name?"
He helped us with our task. He was a part of our team for a moment. The best we could do was help him with his, which was finding you guys.
Kasaj helped you.
He was a good man. Emphasis on the was.
the Angaran starts to put two and two together. What happened to Kasaj?
We found who was responsible for the large number
Black energy
of
reading.
dark energy. That person
Snapped his neck. And that's why we're here. We need your technology on light energy. Because if we don't get it, we're all gonna die.
The other Angarans have woken up as well, and one of the female Angarans says, Kasaj dead. He wasn't even supposed to leave the mothership unless he was out looking for us, the Angaran says. That was one of his objectives. That would make sense, the person in front of Dia says. It is terrible news to hear that he did not survive finding us. And he'll turn towards Dia and the rest of the group again. And he's trying to assess whether or not he can trust you. I'm going to say Dia without even rolling. He's still not sure if he can trust you. So if you want to give him... If you want to try to gain his trust, I might have to have you roll a diplomacy or whatever the equivalent of diplomacy is again.
I think it's persuasion, I think.
Or persuasion.
Or you could roll deception if you're better at that.
Or if you think you're better at deception, it's up to you.
Honestly, I get advantage for both, so it doesn't really matter. I get +7 for both, so it doesn't mind. I'll do persuasion. But what I'm going to say is this. Dia's going to look around quickly to see, are there any security cameras in here?
I'm positive there are.
Mm-hmm.
Very positive.
So Dia is going to look at the Angaran in front of her, subtly look at the security camera, and maybe like making sure her back is faced towards the camera, just goes like this, and says as quietly as possible, "I want to get you guys out of here alive, but you have to trust us in order for that to happen."
We'll trust you for now. Where is our equipment?
Scattered somewhere on the ship, maybe. We don't have a general direction. But first, you need to answer my question, or our questions.
Very well. You don't seem to be as primitive as those Vorcha or Batarians, as I believe you call them.
Vorcha are pretty cute if you're on their good side. They're like puppies. At least the males are. The girls are way better to deal with.
Your puppies are very violent and cannibalistic, then.
I know.
It's
What's the word? Pitch off the old block.
What do you need to know in order for us to leave from here?
Tell us everything you know about light energy and how to create it.
not enough time, Dia.
That would take several minutes for us to explain, assuming you know the basics.
Basics is that it's the opposite of dark energy. Out of character, do we have a time limit? I really don't remember.
I mean, I don't think that you were officially given one.
Nathan is our time limit, basically, right?
Yeah, every 12 hours I need to make a will save, so...
Yeah.
I've already made one, though, for the first 12 hours, so you still have a few hours before I to make another one, I think.
Then we're still fine. We have time.
For now.
Dia says, just give us a brief summary of it. That's all.
Light energy is the product of much of our technology. It is released into the atmosphere naturally from most of our technology and equipment. We discovered that in other universes, some of their technology releases the opposite form. Dark energy is what you would call it. We refer to it as, and he gives some other language, like gives another name in the language you just can't understand. But he says, we have found that this energy that is collected throughout the universe, as long as an equal and opposite amounts of them are in the presence of the universe, everything's in balance. Too much of one over the other can cause an imbalance and thus an unstable universe.
But you tell me, how do you make it though? Is it, do you have like a source giving you that access to that energy, or is it something else?
There are several ways that we're able to generate, mostly due to a mineral that is found naturally in our homeworld and across our solar systems.
Mm-hmm. And I just have, after that answer, I have one question for you. When you crashed into a sun and killed billions of people, what happened after that?
Our mission, my team's mission, was to A, determine whether or not we can trust the sentient beings in this galaxy, determine their tech level, intelligence level, whether they are hostile or non-hostile. As I said, the very first people that we came upon were the Batarians and the Vorcha. My people were not impressed. Had we determined that your people were non-hostile, we were to reach out to your leadership, government officials, this council that we learned about, and inform them of the danger in their galaxy and attempt to find a solution to it. Ultimately, we wanted to discover the source of this dark energy that is collecting at a rapid rate in your galaxy. For we assumed that your people were naive to the build-up, so we came to clean it up.
Okay. That doesn't explain though how you got captured by the Shadow Broker, and how you got and how you really killed billions of people in an explosion.
Which one do you want me to answer about first?
Well, let's go in order. How did you get captured?
My team were doing investigations on Ilium. During that time, somehow we were caught. Specifically, are trained to stay out of the observations of the citizens. But even then, someone discovered us. And before we had a chance to escape, we were captured.
Okay.
Mercenary groups, it seemed like. Though I have a feeling they were tipped off somehow by someone.
And, well, you've already met them. Dia looks at the camera.
These are captors. Do you work for them?
No, not anymore at least.
They questioned us, asked us about pretty much the same questions you are asking. We refused to provide information because, well, kidnapping us does not give us a very good first impression. It did not really encourage us to loosen our lips.
Well, let's go to your actual first impression then. Blowing up a sun. How did that happen?
Nathan is now walking over. He has the file in his hand, but he's listening.
We had been observing the activity, the dark energy activity in your Milky Way galaxy. and realized that in order to fix the problem, we had to physically reach your galaxy, but it was incredibly far away. Even with our technology, we would not have been able to easily get there by conventional means, certainly not in a short enough time before things got worse. The only way we could do that is by using our technology to open a wormhole, a gate, a white hole into this galaxy, so that we could arrive here as quickly as possible. In order to do that, we needed to use our element. We needed to use something that we referred to as a star seed. It is an element mass that can be launched and implanted into a star on our end in the Andromeda galaxy. This accelerates the aging process of the star in an alarming rate into a supergiant, exploding into a supernova and leaving behind a white hole instead of a black hole. White holes release massive amounts of blinding light, but only temporarily, and this light energy cancels out the dark energy in the immediate area of the galaxy. This massive amount of light energy can also be used to create wormholes across the universe. So in order for the Andromeda team to make it to the Milky Way quickly, we had to blow up a star on our end using a star seed, and another on the Milky Way side had to be destroyed as well for the other gate to open up. Unfortunately, from our distance in the Andromeda galaxy, we could not accurately pick out a star that guaranteed there was no living creatures around. We had to take a stab in the dark and hope that there was as little collateral damage as possible. However, even if there was collateral damage, I assure you, the consequences of us not coming to fix this problem would have been far more widespread than one solar system.
Tell that to my memories. I watched my mom turn to galactic dust because of your decision to come here. So, if I'm angry, I have a legitimate reason to be. So, don't assume that I'm here because I like you. I liked Kasaj. He seemed like a good person. He seemed like he had his head on his shoulders, and he seemed like he genuinely didn't want to hurt anybody for any reason. But, hey, you guys are the people who have 7 billion people riding on your own shoulders now, so I hope you can live with that in your conscience, because I won't have to.
Put yourself in our position.
I don't want
If you
to.
knew...
I won't, because if I do that, that'll ruin the memory of my mom, and I'm not doing that.
Very well. I will not address you then. He'll turn back to Dia. If you knew something that you could solve, something that could prevent all of the reality, all lives of the entire universe, not just one system, if you had knowledge and believed you could fix it, and you decided not to do it because doing so might risk the lives of the solar system, would you have been able to sleep well at night?
Honestly, I would have taken that chance. But this is not about what ifs. It's about what has happened and what is going to happen. And you are very, very lucky that we have kept your secret, the Angaran species and the Andromeda galaxy, a secret. It's not going to stay a secret for much longer. So you can deal with the eventual war that will happen and intergalaxy conflict that will occur as a response to this when we do eventually succeed and, not, in stopping the galaxy from, the universe from dying.
Well, if that happens, I hope you're all grateful for the opportunity to be angry at us and for the opportunity to live and exist long enough in this galaxy to have conflict. Because the alternative is none of us would be here if we did not attempt to do what we did. So be grateful for that opportunity to be angry after the fact.
I might not be here much longer anyway. I'm lyrium sick. I'm whatever this dark energy source is killing everybody here, all of our biotics. I'm still sick. I can feel it. So I might not be here much longer either way. So you get lucky, I guess. Another person out of your hair.
Don't say that.
It's the truth, and I'm willing to deal with it.
We'll get that
Until-
helium. We'll get that cure.
Until we get more of it, which will take a while, assuming I last that long.
I'm not losing you.
You might not have a choice, Vito. In fact, you all might not have a choice.
Okay, now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, I'm going to message Gimmick. Can you stop him from watching us?
Gimmick is thrilling the Shadow Broker with questions, like dumb questions like, oh, how long is the lifespan of such animal and things like that. And when it receives the message, it's like, oh, are you... Like, there is a... I assume we have like a secure channel or something like that.
Yeah, our group chat. Our
Yeah.
Facebook group chat.
Discord. So, are you going to do something that you shouldn't be doing?
Obviously.
Oh.
Sends.
Can you at least do it in a way that we don't end up fighting with my brother?
Well, all DSN's no comment, but please get him to stop looking at us for a few minutes.
Okay, I will try.
All right.
So I had a question. Because we are kind of similar, Gimme didn't try to connect to the Shadow Broker terminal, but would we have like similar signatures or something like that? In a way that the terminal would think that I am the Shadow Broker?
I don't think it would have been that easy, especially knowing that you existed.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you would not be able to do that very easily.
Okay. But at least it wouldn't be as hard as... Okay. So I will try to feed a loop to the cameras. I have to roll electronics.
Please don't roll like I did.
You can do it. You can do it, Gimmick. The
You might
fight
want to
depends
apply
on you.
Renegade or Paragon bonus to this roll, just to put it out there.
Oh, yeah, but I don't have Paragon. I have... Does it
Use
work?
that 16.
Would it count as renegade actions?
16. 16. Use
I would
that
say so.
16.
Do I get a +1 to that? To the roll?
Sure.
You might want to re-roll that.
Where is my roll? I don't see it.
12.
Oh.
Oh,
You
well,
might
I used one Paragon point.
Okay. I'm going to say that you can only use a Paragon point once per encounter.
Okay.
15. All right, now roll a deception if you're trying to hide the fact that you're doing this.
Okay, you can do it. Just use it all
Oh,
up.
deception.
You can do it. You can do it. You can do
Where's
it.
my...
Oh, no!
Okay. The Shadow Broker turns... The interface of the Shadow Broker turns red and turns towards you, Gimmick, and says... I thought I told you specifically not to touch anything.
Oh, but I didn't actually touch anything.
You were trying to hack into my system. That translates into a attack or threat.
Oh, well, I didn't know there is any way I could compensate you for the trouble.
That's when the alarms start to go
Oh,
off.
no.
Yeah, that with the 7, that was Very bad. Everyone roll initiative.
Wait.
Well, before
Oh,
that,
okay.
just Vito's hearing the alarms and just go. The plan doesn't change. We get the hell out of here.
Get out before he locks the doors. Get out before he locks the doors.
You see Nate pull up the shotgun and clack it. All right, let's go.
All right. Everyone roll initiative.
Oh no.
We
I
skedaddle.
have
The
is
plan doesn't change.
Let's get out of Scoodle.
when he detected me, did I lose the connection? Because I roll in
Yeah.
a
You didn't roll high enough. First of all, you didn't roll high enough, unfortunately, to make the connection. You need way better roll than 15.
I will keep trying.
High level play, guys. This is high level play.
Yeah.
We're absolute pros.
Yep. Absolute pros against
That's
Aw,
why.
100.
That's why he's not paying us anymore.
You guys are stupid. This is fair.
Yeah.
Nathan, the alarms are going off. You have 6 seconds to react.
I pull out my shotgun, which is a free action, and I proceed to run out the door.
So you can move
Where is
6
this
squares,
door?
I think. I think you can move 6 squares.
I have an extra 2 squares of movement due to my armor.
Okay.
So I have no idea where the doorway actually is here. Is it like straight down?
It's this way. Yeah, there's a doorway. This entire room is supposed to be more open space. So the door is over here. You can just ignore the walls. The doors are over here.
Okay.
So I can move to there, essentially.
Yeah. So you
Oh
can
my
move to
god.
there. You can technically double move if that's all.
well,
if you
I
want.
can't see anything here, so I have no idea what's going on. So
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I need to reveal that. Sorry. So basically, there you go.
okay. So we know Gimmick is downstairs with the Shadow Broker. Or...
Downstairs. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna keep moving downstairs. So that would be
Okay.
I think that would take you to here. Yeah.
However, so I basically go all the way down the square. I
Yeah.
go all the way down the stairway to wherever.
Yeah.
So
You will get to the I will show you where you get to from there. Dia, you're next.
Okay, so Nathan went down to go help Gimmick with the Shadow Broker, right?
Yeah.
Shit. Okay. And where was the exit relatively from here? Like, do we have to go up or through a different pathway?
The question is, where did we park the hammerhead?
Yeah.
All the way. Well, you entered all the way back here.
Yeah.
All the way back there.
Okay.
So how do we get
And
back?
right now, the Angarans are unarmed.
Okay.
Like, 'cause you weren't able to get their equipment before this happened.
So as Nathan ran, I feel probably like I'm taking them to the exit.
Go. He's just shouting at you to go to the exit.
Okay, and so from here, I'm going to show the Angarans show the Angarans the way out from the way we came. So
Okay.
whichever direction that was in, I have no clue.
It's towards Nathan, basically.
Towards Nathan. Okay, so.
Yeah, you have to go back downstairs to where the Shadow Broker is.
Oh, okay. Oh
Right.
shit.
Assuming you have to
so-
Someone distracts the shadow broker, so
You have to
Or
go
we
down to
can-
here, and then you have to go straight south. I think is how it is.
Okay, so let me do this. I was here.
I.
One.
Okay.
We have. Oh, are you kidding me? The update of the hotkeys? Oh, you're kidding me? So I
Yeah.
have 15 movement. So
You use Q now instead of spacebar.
Q 5, 10, 15, and I'm going to double move 20, 25, 30. There we go. And I'm gonna like come down this way. Wait over here. Wait on the stairwell.
Because I didn't expect this to happen, so but I was prepared
Oh no.
just in case it
We're
happened.
pros,
I
aren't
didn't
we?
He
Hey.
said don't do anything, and that's definitely.
I mean,
a
I'm just over
no-go.
here like prepare for the worst, but hope for the best.
Yeah, I'm gonna crash.
Bye.
I'm gonna
Five,
crash in the next 5 seconds.
I'm gonna-
2, 1, click.
Nope, I'm still there, so that's
Okay.
good.
right after the alarm starts going off, you will see that the Shadow Broker's body begins to transform, and it will spend the rest of this round transforming before your eyes. And if
Into
you
something.
Spider-Man.
into a big,
Oh hi.
Oh,
He's
So-
over 9,000, guys. He's over
hi,
9,000.
I hope you guys don't mind spiders. That's all I'm gonna say.
and in addition to that, turrets start appearing
turrets.
on
Oh, jeez.
the
Oh,
four
God.
corners of that room.
It's definitely a massive fight boss when there's turrets turned on.
Oh boy.
So we're gonna say that Vito and Mikhail, Dia and Nathan will reach the bottom of that stairs at the beginning of their next turn. So, Vito, back to you. You're still upstairs.
Is there a way for me to where I am to attempt to disable security?
I'm gonna say there's a terminal that you can try to hack.
Then Vito will attempt that, no matter how hard it is.
Give it a try. Electronics.
Yep.
It's gonna be very high.
I think there's a middle.
I'm gonna
Like,
try anyway. Okay. Electronics. I got a +8, so I mean, hopefully
Yeah,
it's.
you might be able to do it.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, let's go.
wow.
Let's go.
Oh.
Oh, god damn it!
No,
Seriously?
not enough.
You might want to re-roll that just to put it out there.
We get
Remember,
only
you only get one per encounter.
Yeah.
So, one reroll per encounter. You want to use it on that?
Sure, I'll use it on that.
Okay, reroll.
Yeah. Oh my god.
This is
Gotta
probably
be
going to be
high.
the last fight of the campaign, guys.
Well-
use it all.
if things go the same way.
Ooh! 26.
Yes. Okay.
No more turrets. No, I don't know what it. But security. So, attempting to disable security.
Yes. With a 26, you can disable the turrets.
Yes.
Had you gotten higher than another threshold, you would have gotten control of the turrets.
Ooh.
But with the
I'm
26,
okay with
you can
disabling them.
You can disable. Okay, so you will disable the turrets.
Can you see the map
Nice.
at least to know where their equipment is?
Yeah. So, if I just switched you guys back.
Oh no.
So this turret is disabled. This turret is disabled. This turret is disabled, and this turret is disabled. Okay. Jules is going to take out his sniper rifle, and he will say, "Our friends are still upstairs," and he's aiming at the Shadow Broker and looking towards Gimmick as if to non-verbally ask him if he should shoot.
Oh. Well, Gimmick. I don't know if it would be paralyzed by the I didn't expect this to happen. So
Sure, realistically, if
Yeah.
if you think it makes sense. So if that's the case, Jules isn't really sure if he should shoot or flee or what. So he's just gonna stay put. And then Pip is going to look around and say, we probably should get out of here quickly. And she takes out one of her mechanical toys, and she'll toss the mechanical toy in front of the Shadow Broker, and the toy ends up spinning around like a little top, and you're not really sure what it does yet.
okay.
So she's going to move towards the vent. So the vent is over here. But it's in the ceiling. So somehow you guys have to get up into the ceiling to get through the vent.
Oh boy.
Gimmick would activate the double turn thing. And well, first he would say, it was just a prank. I was pranking you. It was a joke.
I don't think you're recovering.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say it anyways. And then, so our options are to escape are the stairs that are closed and the like air vent that is on the top of on the roof. So yeah, Gimmick first we try to connect to the system again to hack again.
Okay. Roll another electronics roll.
22.
Okay. That will at least you get into the system.
Okay.